Hello students, welcome to Samveda e-learning program class 6 science lesson number 15 sorting materials into groups. Learning points of session 1 of 1 is objects around us, properties of materials, soluble and insoluble substances, floating and sinking objects, transparent and translucent substances, need of sorting. These are the learning points that we are going to discuss in this class. Students, there are varieties of things around us. We see different in shape, size, colors and uses in different objects. See here, there is a pot is there. This has a different shape, size and color. The same way, a cup with a different size, color and shape. Likewise, there are many things. Toys have different size and colors. We see varieties of cars on road. Clothes are in different designs and colors. Fruits are in different size, color and shape. You know, there are different types of fruits, the different size, different colors. The same way, there are varieties of food we eat. These are the some examples that the substances with the different sizes, shapes, colors, etc. Students, now one activity for you. Observe the materials around you and write them in the given table, that is materials that are edible, materials which are round, materials made up of mud, materials made up of plastic, materials made up of metal. So, one activity for you to know that the substances are in different sizes, are in different shapes, and also they are used for different purposes. Understand? Okay. Next, by above activities, we can conclude that, or we can conclude all objects around us are made of one or more materials. These materials may be glass, metal, plastics, wood, cotton, paper, mud or soil. Different types of objects can be made from same materials. What does this mean? We can prepare different types of objects from same materials. For example, chair, plates, tables and toys can be prepared from plastic. See here, a table is there made up of plastic, a PVC pipe, plates, toy, chair. These are varieties of substances used for different purposes, but are made from same material, that is plastic. By the above example, I am going to give an activity. Now, fill up the given table by gathering information from your parents, friends and teachers. What is activity? That is, a two column is given for you. One is material, one is objects made of these materials, that is paper, glass, plastic, leather, mud. I think it is very funny for you, also you can enjoy this activity. Understand? For example, in paper, you can make plastic cups, you can make plastic plates, you can prepare books, likewise. Next, properties of materials. Can we made tumbler with cloth? Students, can we made tumbler with cloth? So, here have made a tumbler with cloth. It is useful to hold the water. Let us see. So, water is there, I am going to pour water to this tumbler. What will happen? No, this tumbler made up of cloth will not hold water. That is, it is not possible. Tumbler is used to hold liquid. That means we can use this plastic cup for holding liquids, but we can't use paper or cloths to hold the liquid. What we need for tumbler is glass, plastics, metal or other such materials that will hold water. Understand? We choose the materials to make an object depending on its properties, the purpose of which the object is to be used. Understand? First one is appearance is one of the properties of objects. Look at these pictures. This is aluminum foil, a copper rod, a wooden plank and a PVC pipe. Do you think all these materials are same? They are like? By the above pictures, we can conclude that wood looks different from iron. It is very different from iron. Plastic appears different from copper or aluminum. At the same time, there may be some similarities between iron, copper or copper and aluminum that are not there in wood and plastic. You know that aluminum and copper, they are shine, they have lusters, but in wood or in plastic we can't see that properties. Understand? Okay. Materials that have such luster are usually metals, that is they will shine. Iron, copper, aluminum and gold are examples of metals. Some metals often lose their shine and appear dull because of the action of air and moisture on them. Example, sodium. See, this is a sodium metal. If you keep outside, it will lose its shine due to the activities of air on the surface of the sodium metal. That is why we kept sodium metal in kerosene. This is highly reactive metal, sodium. Next comes to hardness. What is hardness? When you press different materials with your hands, some of them may be hard to compress while others can be easily compressed. See here, you put pressure on this paper cup, it will compress easily, but if you put pressure on this mud pot, it can't compress easily. This is one of the properties of objects, that is hardness. Materials which can be compressed or scratched easily are called soft materials. In the same way, materials which are difficult to compress are called hard. Example, sponge is soft materials, cotton is a soft materials, but iron is hard. Iron, copper, they are hard substances. Stone is hard. Next comes to solubility. Students, now I am going to show an experiment in front of you about the solubility. Many substances are soluble in water. The same way, many substances do not soluble in water. See, water is there in front of you. I am going to add salt to this water. What will happen? So, I am going to stir. It dissolves completely. The same way, if I add sugar to this water and if you stir for some time, it will also dissolve in water. The substances which dissolves completely they are called soluble. But if I add some mud to this water, it dissolves? No, it will not dissolve completely. The substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble. Some substances have completely disappeared or dissolved in water. These substances are soluble in water. I repeat once again. Some substances have completely disappeared or dissolved in water. These substances are soluble in water. Example, salt solution, sugar solution. Other substances do not mix with water and do not disappear even after we stir for a long time. These substances are insoluble in water. If you add chalk powder, if you add sand to water, it will not dissolve in water. They are insoluble in water. Understand? Water plays an important role in the functioning of our body because it can dissolve a large number of substances. So, drink plenty of water daily. It will keep you healthy. Do liquids also dissolve in water? For this, we will conduct an experiment now. I am going to take water in a glass. Now, I had a lemon juice with me. I will pour this lemon juice to the glass of water. What will happen here? Lemon juice dissolves completely in water. Now, I am going to add few drops of coconut oil to this water. What will happen? See here. Are they dissolving in water? Have you noticed it? This coconut oil is not dissolving in water. It is making a layer on the surface of water. Because the density of oil is less compared to water, it floats, it makes a separate layer. What it shows? That means some liquids will dissolve in water and some liquids they do not dissolve in water. A lemon juice, a tamarind juice, that dissolves in water, coconut oil, castor oil will not dissolve in water. Some liquids get completely mixed with water. Some other do not mix with water and form a separate layer when kept aside for some time. I have seen that when I add coconut oil to the water, do not mix. If I add lemon juice to water, it completely dissolves in water. That means some substances will completely dissolve and other substances they won't. Now, by seeing this experiment, now I am going to give an activity for you. Conduct an experiment in your home and fill up the table. That is liquid, the mixed well or do not mix it well, vinegar, kerosene, tamarind juice, coconut oil and liquid paraffin. Conduct on these experiments, you come to know that some liquids will dissolve in water and others they will not dissolve in water. Some gases are soluble in water whereas others are not. Students, how fishes are living in water? Won't they need gases for breathing? You know that all animals need oxygen for breathing, but how can a fish can survive inside the water? Yes, water usually has small quantities of some gases dissolved in it. For example, oxygen gas dissolved in water is very important for the survival of animals and plants that live in water. Understand? Objects may float or sink in water. For this, let us conduct an experiment. See here, I will put a plastic ball into the water. What will happen? It will float. If I add a stone or a coin into the water, what will happen? It will sink. See here, a plastic ball is floating on the water, while a coin is sink in the bottom of the water. That means some substances will float and some substances will sink inside the water. You know that some objects may float or some may sink in water. Some of the materials do not mix with water, they float on the surface of water. Others may have sunk to the bottom of the tumbler. If we put stone, if you throw a stone to a pond, it will sink to the bottom. If you throw a dry leaves into a pond, it will float on the water. Isn't it? So, dry leaves fall on the surface of pond, they will float. A stone that you throw into the pond, it will sink. Next comes to transparency. For this, now we will conduct an experiment. What is transparency? Transparent, opaque and translucent. If I see through a paper, if I can see clearly what is there in front of me, these substances are called transparent substances. Now, I will smear some oil on this plastic paper. Now, I am going to watch what is there in front of me, but I can't see clearly what is there in front of me. These substances are called translucent substances. We can see, but we can't see clearly. If I am going to see what is there in front of me through this paper, I cannot see, because this is an opaque object. The substances or materials through which things can be seen are called transparent materials. If I am able to see the other side, I can say that this plastic is transparent. But if I see through this paper, if I cannot see the other side, then what we call it is opaque. So, glass, water, air and some plastics are examples of transparent materials. You know that shopkeepers keep chocolates and biscuits in a transparent jar to attract the children. This is example for transparent object. So, already told you that opaque materials. What does that mean? There are some materials through which you are not able to see. These materials are called opaque. You cannot tell what is kept inside a closed wooden box, a cardboard carton or a metal container. You cannot tell what is inside in this mud pot, because it is opaque object. You cannot see, you cannot say what is inside this paper cup, because it is opaque object. But you can say easily what is there inside this cup. If I add sugar this the cup, you can say, oh, something is there. This sugar is present inside the cup. This is example for transparent object This is example for opaque object. So, wood, cardboards and metals are examples of opaque materials. Understand? Then what is translucent materials? Transparent, opaque and translucent. The materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly are known as translucent substances. If I apply oil on a plastic cover, if I see through this plastic cover, I will see a blurred object in front of me, that is, we cannot see clearly. During rainy seasons, you might have seen, due to more humidity, the glass of the bus is covered by a water vapor. We cannot see clearly in front of the bus. That is example for translucent. That is why the driver is going to wipe every time to make the road clear. Understand? We can therefore group materials as opaque, transparent and translucent. So, what is conclusion? By all these experiments and points, we can conclude that materials differ in their appearance and the way they mix in water or other liquids. They may float or sink in water or may be transparent, opaque or translucent. Materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities or differences in their properties. Then, why do we need to group materials? What is the need? In everyday life, we often group materials for our convenience. At home, we usually store things in such a manner that similar objects are placed together. See, such an arrangement helps us to locate them easily. See here, a box is kept in one side. In the same way, in kitchens, they keep the cooking objects, utensils in one side, the grains in other sides, to help us to pick the objects easily. So, we need sorting. See here, a grocery shop. What they are doing here? How is the arrangement is going here? That is, they are keeping same substances in one places which are similar in characters. For example, soaps, all types of soaps kept in one side, all edible things kept one side, so that we can pick an object easily. This is that is why we sort the materials. Dividing materials in groups make it convenient to study their properties and also observe any patterns in their properties. In higher classes, we will come to know the modern periodic table, how the elements are going to group, the sorting of elements. Student, now comes to summary of this lesson. Objects around us are made up of large varieties of materials. A given material could be used to make a large number of objects. Different types of materials have different properties. Some materials are shiny in appearance while others are not. Some are rough, some are smooth. Similarly, some materials are hard, whereas some others are soft. Some materials are soluble in water, whereas some others are insoluble. Some materials are transparent and some others are opaque. Some materials are translucent. Materials are grouped together on the basis of similarities and differences in their properties. Things are grouped together for convenience and to study their property, which we read in this lesson. Dear students, till now we learned lot of points in the lesson. Now, I am going to give assignment for you. Write the answers for the given questions and show it to your teacher. Number 1, name 5 objects which can be made from wood and plastic. State whether the statements given below are true or false. 1. Stone is transparent while glass is opaque. A notebook has luster while eraser does not. Chalk dissolves in water. A piece of wood floats on water. Just write whether they are true or false. Next question. Find the odd one out from the following. Number 1, chair, bed, table, baby, cupboard. Second, rose, jasmine, boat, marigold, lotus. Aluminium, iron, copper, silver, sand. Sugar, salt, sand, copper sulfate. Just pick out the odd one. Next, given below are the names of some objects and materials, that is water, basketball, orange, sugar, globe, apple and earthen pitcher. Group them as, first one, round shaped and other shapes. Next, eatable and non-eatables. Thank you students. I am your Srinivasa KV, Assistant Master, GHS, Kanagamakkalapalli, Bagepalli Taluku, Chikkaballapura district. Thank you.